Hello, and thank you for visiting. In this video, I would like to give you a sample of what is contained in the course Multinational Mediation in English, Professional Communication Skills for Japanese Mediators. The course is designed for Japanese mediators, attorneys, and ADR professionals as a skill-based professional training focused specifically on mediation communication in English. It's not an English language course or a course in how to be a mediator. Today, we're going to be talking about one aspect of the course, which is English tools for managing strong emotion and conflict. All mediators have had the experience where one of the parties has started to become angry and is starting to make very strong emotional statements. And the question is, how do you try to restate these sorts of things in a more neutral way that moves the mediation forward? And I'm sure as Japanese mediators, you have Japanese tools to do that. But how do you do this in English? Let's take an example. The party says to you, they've ignored us for months. They never respond. They don't care. You can feel as a mediator immediately that there's frustration and that maybe the party is feeling disrespected. And you can try to restate what is being said in this way, which is a little bit more direct. You're angry that they didn't respond or they ignored you. But in English, this is very strong. This is a very strong way of saying what the party has said. And in some ways, you're actually continuing the anger that the party has. And so in English, what are the phrases that you can use that can kind of make this a little bit more neutral so that you can restate things in a more neutral way? And I've given you 3 examples here. It sounds like there have been concerns about so-and-so. It sounds like there have been concerns about communication. Number 2, you're describing some difficulties in so-and-so. So you're describing some difficulties in how information was shared. And number 3, there seems to have been frustration about so-and-so. So there seems to have been frustration about expectations. Now, let's just say, for instance, in our situation, we decide to reframe what the party said like this. It sounds like the delayed communication caused significant frustration. It sounds like the delayed communication caused significant frustration. And in this situation, by starting with "it sounds like," in English, this gives you a soft authority because you don't sound like you're judging the person, whether you think they're right or whether you think they're wrong. And also, in some ways, you're inviting them to correct you. That's not what I meant, or I only meant that in part. And that's what makes you actually sound neutral to a party in English, that ability to be corrected. And so at this point during the training, we would be going through examples and then trying to practice this so that the participants became much more familiar and comfortable with the various statements and the various phrases. So the training is very much like this, where it has very specific, focused professional language to deal with very typical mediation experiences that you're going to have if you do multinational mediation. The course isn't trying to make you sound like a native speaker. The goal of the course is to make you sound like a mediator in English. Remember, English should support your mediation skills. It shouldn't limit them. Thank you for listening.